Oh hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I realize that my past couple videos have been more on the high-end expensive side. I really don't realize it until I'm editing the video or putting in the links for the products, and especially when I read your comments, and that's when I'm like, yeah, that was really expensive. So today I'm bringing you an all drugstore makeup look using the Gigi Hadid Maybelline collection, which I know they upped the prices for because it has Gigi's name attached to it, but I can assure you that the quality is A+. This is a look I came up with, and I just wanted to do something very different and more dramatic from what I had seen Gigi wearing. So I decided I was gonna do dark smoky eye, winged liner, and a bold lip to make it super dramatic and glam in one word. I decided to make it super glam, and I think this is perfect for the holidays. Minus the red lip, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot eat like a Thanksgiving meal or any big meal with a bold lip. It's so messy. I'm such a hot mess. It's like on my chin, on my teeth. So I am going to be giving you guys altogether 3 different lip options that you can pair with this look in case you feel the same way about a bold lip and the holidays. So if you guys are interested and want to see how I create this look, just keep on watching. I actually want to start off with the eyes first today, but before I zoom you guys on in, I want to add a little bit of the liquid strobe in gold. I just want to apply it to the outer edge, like this little pocket right here to create a glow. This is the product right here. And what I'm going to do is dispense a little right here on my hand, and then I'm going to use my Fenty brush with Meeka's fur. I'm also going to be using some foundation, but I kind of just want to pick this up and apply it right out here. I kind of want it as like a base so that this outer part is a little more glowy. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Maybelline Dream Cushion foundation also in that same area. I'm just going to go right on top of that highlighter and just apply a little right here around the brows. Because you guys know I like to wing my eyeshadow out this direction, so it'll help so that when I go back in with foundation, I don't have to reapply foundation in that area. And then also, one more step before I move on to the eyes, I'm gonna apply a little bit of my foundation also to the inner corners. I just want a smaller brush for this step. Let me take this little concealer brush and apply it in this inner corner. Baby Beauty Blender, my favorite. Just gonna blend this in. Because I want this to be really smoky and dramatic, I'm gonna be using the black liner from the collection. This is the gel liner in, I think it's just black. I don't think it has a name. Check out the nails. I was on a shoot yesterday and they decided to do navy blue nails with glitter. Definitely different from my nude, but I like it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this on the lash line and then blend it up to the crease. If you haven't tried any of the Maybelline liners, they're super creamy and really, really easy to work with. And then I'm going to be going into the cooler toned City Mini palette. This one has more of the gray and darker tones. I really want this shadow to be the focus of this look. But I'm going to start by applying this one to the crease just to further blend out the edges of that black eyeliner so it doesn't look so choppy. I'm going to be using my Smith 232. And actually before I do that, I'm going to dust some of my Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder from the brow bone down to the crease because I don't have any powder there right now and it's going to be kind of difficult to blend on top of a creamy eyeliner and foundation. And then I'm taking this darker gray shadow right here. It's not black, it's like a really, really deep gray. And I'm gonna apply this to the inner and outer corners to make this shadow on the center really pop. And then before I blend that out, I'm gonna pop this onto the center of the eye with my fingertip. I think I wanna wet it just to further make it pop. So I'm gonna pick it up on the brush first, and then I'm gonna mist it with Fix Plus. So pretty. Do you guys see how it popped even more? Before it was a little more subtle and it looked more glittery. This looks more metallic and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And then after that, I'm just taking a smaller clean blending brush and I'm gonna buff around the edges so that that silver shadow blends into everything else and doesn't look sharp on the edges. I think from here I kind of want to further create a little baby smoky black wing. So I'm going to go back in with that black liner, the gel pencil. I'm going to apply it just right here. And with an angled brush, I'm going to softly wing it out. And then to clean up the wing and make it look a little more sharp, I'm gonna dip my concealer brush into my Dream Cushion foundation and just further clean it up. Since I already have foundation on in that area, I'm not using a makeup wipe, but if you prefer, you can also use a makeup wipe to clean it up. And then one more time, I'm gonna go in with the black liner and tight line, and then I'm gonna add some false lashes while I'm here, and then I'm gonna work on the skin. And then for lashes, I think I'm gonna use these. They are by ELIXER. The style is number 143, and I'm gonna apply them first and then coat them with mascara. Going into foundation next, and I will say I decided to skip out on the Gigi Hadid tinted primer. Light medium translates a little dark on me. I'll swatch it for you guys on my hand. It just gives me a very orange tint. See that? It's too dark for me. So I would use it, but it just translates a little dirty on my skin. So I skipped primer, and I'm gonna go in directly with the Dream Cushion foundation. And then for concealer, I'm using the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. This just has a fuller coverage. I just don't have a favorite drugstore concealer. I've played with a few that I like, but not one that I'm obsessed with. And I love the finish of this, and the coverage is really, really good. So I'm gonna use this down the center of my face for a highlight and also to further add some coverage where I need it. So I'm gonna start underneath the eyes, blend it out this way. And then I'm using that same Maybelline Zero Shine loose powder to set everything in place. I'm gonna use my Baby Beauty Blender to set the under eyes, and then a poof for everywhere else. Moving on to bronzer, I have to say I am kind of terrified to use this bronzer. It just looks so dark. So what I think I'm gonna do is use a lighter bronzer and then go in with this powder from the Jet Setter palette to contour if I need to, or just to have something for safety to blend this bronzer into in case it is too dark. I'm gonna grab my butter bronzer and use that to contour and bronze, and then we'll go in with the bronzer from the Jet Setter palette. All right, so let's go in with this butter bronzer first. Still my favorite. I haven't found another drugstore bronzer that I love, but I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of apply this to the general areas, and then I'm scared to use that bronzer from the Jet Setter palette. I mean, if Gigi Hadid created it and she seems to be a lot lighter than me, it should work, but when I swipe it or when I swatch it, it's super pigmented and really, really dark. So I don't know how it's gonna translate on my face. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna use a really small eyeshadow brush to contour with, making sure I tap off all of the excess, and I'm gonna go right into this little pocket right here. I feel like it's a little dark, but I can make it work. I'm glad I laid down that first bronzer though, because if I had just gone in with this one, I feel like it would have been a little overkill, would have been too much. So I'm gonna apply this and then blend it out with the bigger brush. And I'm only gonna apply it to the hollows of the cheeks. I don't think I'm gonna apply it anywhere else. So I'm just gonna take my Japanesque brush and buff this into the bronzer, and probably go in with a little more of that butter bronzer just to further blend it out. Still a little intense, so I think what I'm gonna do is go in with powder and just cut the cheek and then blend it out some more. And then I'm just gonna brush this powder as I'm taking it off up into that contour to hopefully tone it down a bit. I think it'll work once I add highlighter and blush. It'll look more blended, but it's a little more bronzer and contour than I normally would use. So same thing goes for this pink blush right here in the palette. It's not even showing up as bright as it is in person on camera. This is super bright. It's like a neon hot pink, and I feel like this is very cool toned. So this might, I think that might be too much. So I'm gonna grab another blush. So far, I don't know if this palette is doing it for me. I think the only thing I might end up using is the highlighter, but these are all really pretty. These I've already dug into and they're bomb. They're just like, oh, I should have used this as concealer and like a tinted lip balm. I totally forgot about the concealer in this. I'm messing up, you guys. Sorry. So let me grab a cool tone blush to add to the cheeks. I'm using one of the Maybelline Fit Me blushes. This is shade Plum, and I feel like it looks pretty nice and dusty. It's gonna go really well with the eyes. And I think this highlighter is actually gonna go really well with this look because it turned out more cool toned than I thought it would. So I'm gonna use this Sigma Spotlight Duster. It's been my favorite for a really soft highlight. And I'm just gonna sweep this highlighter on the high points of the face, just a little bit at first. And then afterwards, I might go in with a little more if I want to intensify it just a bit. But this brush, I just love the way it deposits highlighter. It doesn't kind of clump it into one section. It just kind of lightly feathers it onto the skin. I really love it. And then with a large fluffy brush, this is definitely not Drugstore, this is from La Mer. I'm just gonna go ahead and dust across the entire face to make everything look really soft and blended. For the brows, I'm gonna use my Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon in deep brown, just on the ends and on the arch, because I am gonna be going in with my Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. It adds color, so I'm gonna go in with those two real quick. And then going back to the original palette, all I'm gonna do is apply these two colors to the lower lash line. And then one more time going back in with the black liner and just filling in that lower waterline, and anything that trickles over the lash line, I'm just gonna blend it into that eyeshadow. And the last color I'm going to be using from this palette is this one as an inner corner, but you can also use this for like a little pop of purple. Actually, should I use that one? Let me see. It's not as dramatic as it looks. It's really light and shimmery. It's super pretty. Now I'm going to stick with the gold. This works great for an inner corner highlight with a cool toned eyeshadow look because, as you can see, it's not too gold. It almost translates silver even though it looks gold in the palette. It's perfect. And then one more time, I'm gonna mist myself with my Fix Plus and then go in with this mascara that also came in the collection. This is Lash Sensational in the limited edition packaging. The other mascara that comes in the collection, I tried it, the Fiber Mascara, and it just felt like I had a lot of stuff in my eyes. It just, I don't know, it didn't work for my sensitive eyes. It irritated them, but this one had no problem with, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. And for the lip, 3 of the lip colors from the collection really work with this eye look. The first one is Tara, which is kind of like a neutral nude lip. This is what it looks like. The next one is ERIN, which is a really, really deep mauve. And then the final one, if you want to go super dramatic and super glam, is LANI, which is a beautiful shade of red. I decided to keep the red lip on LANI for the outro and intro to this video because I love this combo. I feel like it's super dramatic, super glam, and it says I'm ready for the holidays. Let me know what you guys would pair this look with. Would you go with the nude lip, the mauve lip, the red, or maybe something else? Comment down below because I'm always curious to see what you guys are more drawn to versus how I would wear it. So let me know, and as always, give this video a like, share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.